Matt Beaty now available. First question from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, Matt, you seem to be in a bit of a groove here these last few days. What's kind of turned it around, do you think, for you over the last week or so?
Just trying not to chase hits. I think I was kind of pressing a little bit first couple weeks instead of just going up there and doing what I do best, and that's just trying to hit the ball hard. That's kind of been my goal the past week and a half, is just try to go up there, put the ball in play hard somewhere, and it's been working for me.
Has it been any easier getting more regular at bats to just kind of get a little bit in a groove at the plate?
It helps. Yeah, a little bit. But I try to just control what I control, and when I get my name called, just go up there, put together a good at bat, and try to help the team win that night.
Thank you.
Next question is from Alanna Rizzo. Go ahead, Alanna.
Matt, do you have to talk yourself out of pressing? Is it a mental conversation that you guys have sometimes to make sure that you're doing opposite of what your mind is telling you to do?
Yeah, you just try to keep telling yourself positive thoughts, and just really try to focus on the at bat, focus on that play, that pitch, whether you're on defense, whether you're hitting, just trying to focus on getting the job done. And just going up there, for me, it's just going up there and putting together good at bats and hitting the ball hard and making the routine plays on defense and doing what I can do to help the club win.
How much do you think of this game at this level is mental versus physical? To be successful?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot mental, and it's a lot physical as well. As long as you have positive thoughts, try to not have those negative thoughts creeping in your head, and just visualize yourself having success and hitting the ball hard and making the good plays on defense. It definitely helps. And like I said, just for me, just going up there and visualizing hitting the ball hard and doing something good for the team, it helps.
How much better do you feel all around as a player now versus when you got called up last year? Around the same time this year, I guess.
I would say my approach is getting better, and just knowing how pitchers are going to attack me, know what my strengths are versus their strengths and weaknesses, vice versa, whatever it is. Just going up there with a game plan every single at bat, throughout the at bat, noticing counts, how pitchers pitching, watching the guys in front of me, Seager, Muncy, Belly, Jock, all of those left-handed bats, and seeing how they're pitching those guys, and seeing if they're going to pitch me the same throughout the night. I think that helps. Freezer talked to me a lot about that last year, just watching the game and watching how the pitcher attacks guys in front of you, and what's he landing for strikes, how's he moving his fastball in, out of the zone, up, down, whatever it is. Just going up there with a game plan, that helps a lot.
Do you still talk to David at all about any of it?
I talked to him right before the season started, just talking to him, congratulating him for, newborn. Yeah, he's a great teammate, and he's missed this year for sure, but I think he's doing all right.
Thank you for your time.
Next question is from Eric Steven. Go there.
Matt, I want to go back like a month ago when you made the opening day roster. It's your first opening day roster. How did you get that news? And then, I guess secondary, did it make it weird given that nobody could be in the stands, like no family, no friends, like on opening day itself?
Doc kind of broke the news to me and Eddie at the same time. We were in the dugout, and he just told us, congratulations, you both guys made the opening day roster. It's a big accomplishment. And yeah, it was a little weird first opening night, nobody being in the seats. We had some of the cutouts, obviously, but no, it was awesome. It's something I don't take for granted. It's an achievement to make an opening day roster, and just to be on this ball club and compete and win games as much as we do. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Next question is from Ken Gurnick. Go ahead, Ken.
Hey, Matt, for like the first, maybe the first 3 or 4 weeks, it seemed like, except for Seager, all the left-handed hitters had trouble. And then it seems like in the last week to 10 days, all the left-handed hitters have kind of come alive. Is it something that all you hitters have done on your own as a group? Is it a reaction to something that you've noticed that the opposition pitchers were doing? How do you explain that kind of everybody's done it all at once, both ways?
For one, hitting's contagious. So once one guy starts rolling, I think it helps, the other guys that are starting to press a little bit. And at the same time, yeah, we're working in the cage every single day. We're working, on our mechanics, on our approach and everything like that. And that's just baseball. Sometimes you go through a little slump or whatever you want to call it. It's just how the game works sometimes. And you're not going to keep those guys, Muncy, Belly, Jock, guys like that. They're not going to struggle that long. They're going to, the game evens out, finds a way to even out. And we're excited for when it does happen. And it's starting to happen now, obviously. But once, everybody starts to get rolling, it's going to be a really exciting lineup to watch.
But it wasn't specifically a reaction by the hitters to a certain game planning that you were running into, no matter which team you were playing?
I think you just got to be mindful of what your approach is every single night, seeing how pitchers pitch, seeing how they're attacking each other. And I think we've done a better job of noticing what's going on in the game plan for the other team, for the other pitchers, how they're attacking our guys. And I think we've done a good job of adjusting to it.
Thanks.
Next question is from Jack Harris. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, Matt, your first pitch swing percentage is up pretty significantly this year. Is that on purpose? Is it a sign of confidence, or is it just something that you're getting a lot more pitches early in the count to swing?
Just try to go up there and be ready. I don't like to, go up there. And if my timing's off a little bit, maybe I'll see a pitch or two, work the count, try to get my rhythm going and my timing going. But right now, I just feel pretty good up there. Just go up there and try to hit the ball hard. And if it's, over the plate and a pitch that I can drive, I like to try to pull the trigger as soon as possible and not waste any strikes. And that's just kind of how it's going for me right now. It can change over time, but that's just how the game's rolling for me right now.
Was there anything that approach-wise you tried to tweak just after, getting your first year in the bigs last year, or have you felt pretty comfortable just trying to build off what you were working on a season ago this year?
I think at times when I start to scuffle, I try to, chase slugging. I try to chase long ball and trying to hit the ball over the fence too much. And sometimes that can get me into bad mechanics, bad approach at the plate. And for me, when I'm clicking, when I'm going right, it's just going up there, trying to attack pitches in the zone and hit the ball hard, not necessarily try to drive it over the fence. It's just try to square it up, put it in place somewhere hard. And that's what seems to be working for me when I'm going good.
And when you mentioned earlier, trying to, over the course of the season, see how guys are pitching you and adjust to it, was that one of the hardest parts of quarantine? Even if you were seeing live pitching, I'm guessing guys weren't attacking you so much as they were just trying to work on their own stuff throwing.
Yeah, that's tough. It's an experiment time for pitchers as well. They, they kind of go away from their tendencies of how they pitch in certain counts and stuff like that, trying to, maybe land some off-speed pitches or pitch their fastball backwards, opposite places on the zone. So it's a time for experimenting for them as well. So you try not to live at bats when it's not a game situation. It's a little bit different of a bat. You're just trying to get something to hit and try to hit it hard. So it's obviously a little bit different than when the lights are on and it's a game and everything's on the line.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.